The red carpet burned under the Los Angeles sky, a glittering inferno of flashbulbs and screams, but inside the Dolby Theater, Ava Sterling's heart was a ticking bomb. She was 28, Hollywood's golden girl, her name synonymous with blockbusters and Oscar buzz. Yet tonight, every step toward the stage felt like a march to her own execution. For years she buried her truth beneath layers of scripted smiles, but tonight, the world would know who she really loved. Ava adjusted her tailored black tuxedo, the fabric clinging to her frame like a second skin, as she stole a glance at Lily Harper, her stylist and secret love, standing backstage. Lily, 27, with her cascade of blonde hair and eyes that held oceans of courage, gave her a nod, a silent vow that they were in this together. The weight of the secret they'd carried for 3 years pressed against Ava's chest, heavier than the gold statuette she might win tonight. It started in a dive bar in Santa Monica, far from the prying lenses of paparazzi. Ava, fresh off her breakout role in Sunlit Shadows, had wandered in, seeking anonymity in a baseball cap and jeans. Lily was there, sketching dress designs on a napkin, her laughter cutting through the bar's din like a melody. Their eyes met, and in that fleeting moment, Ava felt something she'd spent her life running from home. They talked until dawn, about dreams, fears, and the worlds they wanted to build. By sunrise, Ava knew she was falling, but the world she lived in, Hollywood's relentless machine, demanded she hide it. For years they danced around the truth. Stolen kisses in trailer shadows, late-night drives along the Pacific Coast Highway, and whispered promises in hotel rooms. Ava's team, her manager, her publicist, knew nothing. To them she was the perfect star. Unattached, flawless, a canvas for every fan's fantasy. But the lie was a blade, cutting deeper with every interview where she dodged questions about her love life, every red carpet where she walked alone. Tonight was different. The Oscars weren't just about her nomination for Breaking Dawn, a raw indie drama that had critics calling her transformative. It was about the speech she'd written in secret, the one Lily had read 100 times, her tears staining the pages. Ava had decided. If she won, she'd tell the world she loved Lily. No more hiding. No more lies. Backstage, the air buzzed with anticipation. Lily adjusted Ava's bow tie, her fingers trembling. "You don't have to do this," she whispered, though her eyes begged Ava to be brave. "I can't lose you," Ava replied, her voice cracking. "Not to them, not to fear." The stage manager's call interrupted them. "Ava, you're up next." Her pulse roared in her ears as she stepped toward the stage, the weight of 1,000 eyes waiting to judge her. The presenter's voice echoed, and the nominees for Best Actress are. Ava's face appeared on the massive screen, her performance in Breaking Dawn flashing in clips, gritty, vulnerable, real. She'd poured her soul into that role. A woman fighting for love in a world that refused to see her. The irony wasn't lost on her. As the envelope was opened, time slowed. And the Oscar goes to Ava Sterling. The auditorium erupted. Ava stood, her legs unsteady, and walked to the stage, the statuette cold in her hands. The spotlight burned, but all she saw was Lily in the wings, her anchor in the storm. She reached the podium, her speech clutched in her pocket, and faced the sea of faces. Peers, fans, critics, all waiting for her words. Her heart screamed, "Say it. Be free." "Thank you," she began, her voice steady despite the chaos inside. "This means more than I can say. But tonight isn't just about this award. It's about truth." The room hushed, sensing something seismic. Ava's eyes found Lily's, and she drew a breath. "For years, I've hidden who I am. I've loved in secret, afraid of what this world would think. But I'm done hiding. I'm in love with an incredible woman, Lily Harper, and I'm proud to call her mine." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Cameras swiveled, capturing every reaction. Ava's heart pounded, but she felt lighter, as if she'd shed a skin she'd outgrown. She continued, her voice rising with conviction. "This industry, this world can make you feel like love is a liability. But love is strength. It's courage. It's everything." Tears glistened in her eyes as she held up the Oscar. "This is for every person who's ever felt they had to hide. You are enough." The applause started slowly, then swelled, a tidal wave of sound. Some stood, others whispered, but Ava didn't care. She'd done it. She'd claimed her truth. As she left the stage, Lily rushed to her, pulling her into a fierce embrace. "You're insane," Lily whispered, laughing through tears. "And I love you." But the night was far from over. Backstage, chaos awaited. Her manager, Paul, was already on his phone, his face pale. "Ava, do you know what you've just done?" he hissed. "The sponsors, the deals, this could ruin you." Ava's stomach twisted, but Lily's hand in hers kept her grounded. She'd known the cost. She'd known the risk. Yet, as she looked into Lily's eyes, she felt something new: freedom. The after-party loomed, a glittering trap of judgment and whispers. Ava and Lily stepped into the night, hand in hand, ready to face whatever came next. The world had changed in a single speech, and there was no going back. The after-party at the governor's ball was a kaleidoscope of champagne flutes and forced smiles, but Ava felt like she was walking into a lion's den. The room buzzed with A-listers, directors, and executives, their eyes darting toward her and Lily, who clung to her arm like a lifeline. Ava's speech had ignited a firestorm. Her phone was already blowing up with notifications, and Paul's warnings echoed in her mind. "This could ruin you." She scanned the room, catching glimpses of reactions. Some stars offered warm nods, others whispered behind their hands. A veteran actress, known for her progressive roles, approached with a grin. "That took guts, kid," she said, squeezing Ava's shoulder. "Welcome to the fight." But not everyone was so kind. A studio exec, whose blockbuster Ava had headlined last summer, turned away when she met his gaze. The air felt thick with judgment. Lily leaned in, her voice low. "You okay?" Her emerald gown shimmered under the chandeliers, but her eyes held a quiet strength that steadied Ava. "I'm terrified," Ava admitted, her smile tight. "But I'm not sorry." Lily squeezed her hand. "Good. Because I'm not either." They found a quiet corner, sipping champagne to calm their nerves. Ava's phone vibrated again. Text from her publicist, Jenna, demanding an urgent meeting. "The internet's exploding," Jenna's message read. "We need to control this narrative now." Ava ignored it, focusing on Lily's warmth beside her. For the first time in years, she wasn't pretending. But the weight of her decision was sinking in. Her career, built on carefully curated roles and a pristine image, was now a gamble. Flashback to 6 months ago. Ava and Lily in a cramped New York apartment, planning this moment. They'd been curled up on a couch, rain tapping the windows as Ava scribbled her speech. "What if they hate me?" she'd asked, her voice small. Lily had cupped her face, fierce and certain. "Then we'll face it together. You're not just a star, Ava. You're a person. And you deserve to be seen." That night they'd promised each other. No more shadows. Now, in the glittering chaos of the after-party, that promise felt both liberating and terrifying. A young actor, barely 21, approached them, his eyes wide with awe. "I saw your speech," he said, voice trembling. I'm not out yet. But you made me think maybe I could be." Ava's throat tightened. She hadn't expected this, her truth rippling outward, touching others. "You'll know when it's time," she told him, her voice soft but firm. "And when you do, you won't be alone." But the moment of warmth was shattered when Paul stormed over, his face a mask of panic. "Ava, we need to talk. Now." He pulled her aside, Lily trailing close behind. "The studio's freaking out," he said, his voice low and urgent. "They're talking about pulling you from Starfall, your next big project. Sponsors are threatening to drop you. You need to make a statement, clarify this was, I don't know, a moment of passion, not a career suicide note." Ava's stomach churned. Starfall was her dream role, a sci-fi epic that could cement her as a legend. Losing it would sting, but the thought of backtracking, denying Lily, denying herself, was worse. "I'm not clarifying anything," she said, her voice steel. "I meant every word." Paul's eyes widened. "Ava, you're throwing away everything we've built." Lily stepped forward, her voice calm but sharp. "She's not throwing away anything. She's choosing herself." Paul glared at Lily, then softened, his shoulders sagging. "I just want what's best for her," he muttered. Ava touched his arm. "I know. But this is what's best. I can't live a lie anymore." Paul shook his head and walked away, already dialing his phone. As the night wore on, Ava and Lily navigated the party, fielding congratulations and cold shoulders alike. Social media was a battlefield. Some fans hailed Ava as a hero, others called her a sellout. A viral hashtag, AvaTruth, trended alongside crueler ones. Lily scrolled through her phone, her face pale. "Don't read it," Ava said, taking the phone gently. "Not tonight." They left the party early, slipping into a waiting car. The Los Angeles skyline blurred past, a city of dreams and daggers. In the back seat, Lily rested her head on Ava's shoulder. "Did we do the right thing?" she whispered. Ava kissed her forehead, her heart steady despite the chaos. "We did the only thing." Back at their hotel, they collapsed onto the bed, still in their gala clothes. The Oscars sat on the nightstand, gleaming in the moonlight. Ava traced Lily's jaw, her voice soft. "Whatever happens next, I'm not facing it without you." Lily smiled, her eyes shimmering. "Good. Because I'm not going anywhere." But as they drifted to sleep, Ava's phone buzzed with a new email from Jenna. "Meeting with the studio tomorrow. Be ready for a fight." Ava's heart sank. The world might celebrate her courage, but Hollywood played by different rules. Tomorrow the real battle would begin. The morning after the Oscars, Ava woke to a world on fire. Her phone was a war zone of notifications, supportive messages drowned out by venomous headlines. Ava Sterling's career suicide? An Oscar winner's shocking reveal stuns fans. She sat on the edge of the hotel bed, Lily still asleep beside her, and felt the weight of her choice settle like a stone. The meeting with the studio was set for noon at their sleek Century City office. Ava dressed in a sharp blazer and jeans, her armor against the corporate storm. Lily, in a simple white blouse, insisted on coming. "We're a team," she said, her voice unwavering. Ava nodded, grateful but terrified. The stakes were higher than ever. Her role in Starfall, her future in Hollywood, everything she'd fought for. The studio's boardroom was cold, all glass and steel, a stark contrast to the warmth of Lily's hand in hers as they walked in. Around the table sat the Starfall producers, her publicist Jenna and Paul, his face grim. The head producer, Richard Klein, a man with a reputation for ruthlessness, didn't waste time. "Ava, your speech last night was bold, but it's created a problem. Our investors are nervous. They want a leading lady who's a safe bet, not a headline risk." Ava's jaw tightened. "I'm the same actor I was yesterday. My work hasn't changed." Richard leaned forward, his eyes narrowing. "But your image has. Fans project onto you. They want relatability, not controversy." The word stung, and Ava felt Lily tense beside her. "Love isn't controversy," Ava said, her voice sharp. "It's who I am." Jenna jumped in, her tablet glowing with data. "Social media split. 50% love you, 50% don't. We can spin this, Ava. A press release, some interviews, frame it as a personal journey. Keep Starfall on track." Ava's stomach twisted. "Spin. Control. More lies." She glanced at Lily, whose eyes screamed, "Don't back down." "I'm not spinning anything," Ava said, her voice steady. "I told the truth. I'll keep telling it." Richard sighed, rubbing his temples. "You're making this hard. We've got millions riding on Starfall. If you're out, we need guarantees you won't tank the project." Ava leaned forward, her gaze unflinching. "My performance is my guarantee. You hired me for my talent, not my personal life." The room fell silent. Paul cleared his throat. "Ava, they're offering a compromise. Stay in the film but keep your relationship low-key. No public appearances together, no more speeches." Lily's hand tightened around Ava's, and she felt a surge of defiance. "No," she said. "Lily's not a secret. She's my partner." Richard's face hardened. "Then we'll need to rethink your casting." The threat hung heavy, but Ava stood, pulling Lily with her. "Rethink all you want. I'm done hiding." They walked out, the door clicking shut behind them like a gavel. In the elevator, Lily's voice trembled. "Ava, that was your dream role." Ava pulled her close, her heart racing but resolute. "You're my dream. I'll find other roles." But as they stepped into the sunlight, doubt crept in. Hollywood didn't forgive easily, and the internet was relentless. That afternoon they retreated to a quiet cafe in West Hollywood, a safe haven where rainbow flags hung proudly. Over coffee, Ava scrolled through messages from fans, some hateful, but others raw and grateful. A teenage girl wrote, "I came out to my mom because of you. Thank you." Ava's eyes stung. She hadn't realized how far her words could reach. But the industry wasn't as kind. By evening, rumors swirled that Starfall's casting was under review. Paul called, his voice strained. "They're meeting with other actresses tomorrow. You need to reconsider." Ava hung up, her hands shaking. Lily, sensing her turmoil, pulled her into a hug. "We'll figure this out," she whispered. "Together." That night, Ava couldn't sleep. She sat on the balcony, staring at the city lights, replaying every choice. Flashback to a year ago. She and Lily at a pride event in secret, faces hidden under hoodies, watching couples dance freely. "One day that'll be us," Lily had said. Ava had laughed, but the longing had burned. Now that day was here, and it was messier than she'd imagined. The next morning a new email arrived. Not from the studio but from a small indie director named Mia Chan. "Saw your speech," it read. "I'm directing a film about a queer woman finding her voice. You'd be perfect. Interested?" Ava's heart lifted. It wasn't Starfall, but it was a lifeline. She showed Lily, who grinned. "See? The world's bigger than their boardroom." As they prepared for a press conference Jenna had insisted on, Ava felt a spark of hope. The fight wasn't over, but she wasn't alone. She'd chosen love, and maybe, just maybe, that was enough to change the game. The press conference was a battlefield disguised as a hotel ballroom. Ava stood at the podium, lights blinding, cameras clicking like gunfire. Lily sat in the front row, her presence a quiet anchor as reporters hurled questions. "Ava, are you worried your career's over? Was this a publicity stunt? What about Starfall?" Each word was a jab, but Ava stood tall, her voice steady. "I'm here to live my truth," she said. "If that costs me roles, so be it. But I'm betting there's a place for honesty in this industry." The room buzzed, some journalists scribbling furiously, others skeptical. A young reporter, her badge reading out magazine, asked, "How has your partner Lily supported you through this?" Ava's eyes softened, finding Lily's. "She's my courage," she said. "Every step of this, she's been my home." Lily's smile was small but radiant, and for a moment the chaos faded. After the conference, social media erupted again. Ava Truth climbed higher, joined by Lily and Ava. Fan art flooded Twitter, sketches of Ava in her tux, Lily in her gown, their hands intertwined. But the hate was there too, vicious and unrelenting. Ava tried to focus on the support, but the loss of Starfall loomed like a shadow. That night, she and Lily met Mia Chan, the indie director, at a cozy diner in Silver Lake. Mia, in her 40s with a warm smile and sharp eyes, slid a script across the table. "It's called Unveiled," she said. "A woman navigating love and identity in a world that wants her to stay silent." "Sound familiar?" Ava laughed, flipping through the pages. The role was raw, real. A chance to tell a story that mattered. "I'm in," she said, her heart racing with possibility. Over the next week, Ava and Lily threw themselves into Unveiled. The set was a far cry from Starfall's blockbuster budget, small crew, gritty locations, but it felt alive. Ava played Sarah, a musician hiding her queerness until a chance encounter forces her to confront her truth. Every scene felt like a mirror, reflecting Ava's own journey. Lily, now officially her stylist, designed costumes that made Ava feel powerful, seen. But the industry's backlash lingered. Paul called daily, updating her on Starfall's recasting rumors. "They're testing 2 other actresses," he said, his voice heavy. "You could still save this, Ava." One statement, "Keep things vague." Ava refused, but the rejection stung. She'd poured years into building her career, and now it felt like sand slipping through her fingers. One night on the Unveiled set, Ava broke down. They were filming a scene where Sarah comes out to her family, and the raw emotion cracked her open. After the director called cut, Ava sank to the floor, tears streaming. Lily rushed to her, kneeling beside her. "I'm ruining everything," Ava whispered. "What if I've lost it all?" Lily held her face, fierce and steady. "You haven't lost me. You haven't lost yourself. That's what matters. Mia, watching quietly, approached. You're not just acting, Ava. You're living this. That's why this film will matter. Her words were a lifeline, pulling Ava back. She stood, wiping her tears, and nodded. Let's keep going. The next day, a surprise came. A letter from the Starfall director, Elena Voss. Ava, your speech changed things, it read. The crew's pushing for you. Fans are too. We're fighting to keep you. Ava's heart leapt, but doubt lingered. Could she trust Hollywood to stand by her? She showed the letter to Lily, who read it with a cautious smile. It's a start, Lily said. But we don't need their validation. We've got this. As Unveiled wrapped its first week, Ava felt a shift. The set was a safe space, filled with queer artists and allies who celebrated her truth. Fans started showing up outside, holding signs. We love Ava. One evening, a teenage boy handed her a drawing of her and Lily, captioned, Thank you for being you. Ava hugged him, her voice thick. Thank you for seeing me. But the fight wasn't over. Jenna called with news. The Starfall team wanted a meeting. They're rethinking their stance, she said. But they want assurances, discretion, no distractions. Ava's jaw clenched. Discretion meant hiding again. She looked at Lily, her rock, and made a choice. Tell them I'll meet, she said. But I'm bringing Lily. And I'm not compromising. The meeting was set for tomorrow. Ava knew it could change everything or end it. But as she held Lily's hand, she felt ready to face the fire. The Starfall meeting was a high-stakes chess game, and Ava walked in ready to play. The studio's conference room was packed. Producers, investors, Elena Voss, and a handful of suits who eyed her like she was a liability. Lily sat beside her, her presence a quiet defiance. Ava wore a tailored suit, her Oscar night confidence still burning, but inside she braced for impact. Elena spoke first, her voice warm but cautious. Ava, your speech stirred things up. Fans are vocal. Keep Ava in Starfall is trending. The crew loves you. But the investors need reassurance you're still bankable. A suit, a man named Greg, cut in. Your personal life's a distraction. We need a star who sells tickets, not headlines. Ava's blood boiled, but she kept her cool. My personal life is my strength, she said. And my fans, the ones who matter, get that. Lily squeezed her hand under the table, a silent I've got you. Ava continued, her voice steady. I'm the same actor you cast. My truth doesn't change my talent. If anything, it makes me better. I'm not holding back anymore. Elena nodded, but Greg scoffed. We're risking millions. Can you keep your relationship out of the spotlight? Ava's eyes narrowed. No. Lily's my partner, not a secret. If that's a deal breaker, walk away now. The room tensed. Elena leaned forward. I want you in this film, Ava. Your authenticity is what makes you perfect for it. She turned to the suits. The data's clear, her fanbase is growing, not shrinking. We'd be fools to let her go. Murmurs followed, but Greg wasn't swayed. We'll vote tomorrow, he said. Be ready for anything. As they left, Ava's heart was a storm of hope and dread. In the car, Lily turned to her. You were incredible, she said, her voice soft. Whatever happens, I'm proud of you. Ava smiled, but the uncertainty gnawed at her. Losing Starfall could tank her blockbuster career. But Unveiled was thriving. Early footage was already generating buzz, and Mia had hinted at festival submissions. Maybe she didn't need Hollywood's old guard. That night, they attended a queer community event in West Hollywood, a fundraiser for LGBTQ youth. Ava was hesitant. More exposure meant more scrutiny, but Lily insisted. You're not just a star to them, she said. You're hope. The room was packed with young fans, activists, and allies. When Ava took the stage to speak, the crowd roared. I'm here because of love, she said, her voice raw. And because of you, I'm not afraid anymore. A teenage girl in the front row sobbed, holding a sign. Ava, you saved me. The moment shifted something in Ava. This wasn't just about her career. It was about the lives she was touching. Backstage, a young trans actor approached, nervously clutching a script. I wrote this for you, they said. It's about coming out in a small town. Will you read it? Ava took it, her heart full. I'd be honored. The next day, the Starfall vote came. Elena called, her voice tight. It's a split decision. You're still in for now. But they want a PR plan to manage your image. Ava's relief was tempered by frustration. Management control, and she was done with that. She met Mia for coffee, sharing the news. Mia grinned. Screw their plan. Unveiled is going to Sundance. You're building something bigger than their blockbusters. Ava felt a spark of clarity. Starfall was a dream, but Unveiled was her soul. She called Paul, her voice firm. Tell the Starfall team I'm in, but only on my terms. No hiding, no compromises. Paul sighed. You're playing with fire, Ava. She laughed. Good. I'm ready to burn. That evening, Ava and Lily walked hand in hand through Griffith Park, the city sprawling below. What if I lose it all? Ava asked, her voice soft. Lily stopped, turning to her. You won't. You've got me and you've got you. That's enough. They kissed under the stars, the world quiet for a moment. But the next morning a new storm hit. A tabloid leaked a grainy photo of Ava and Lily kissing at the fundraiser, captioned, Ava's reckless romance threatens career. The internet exploded again, and Jenna called in a panic. We need damage control, she said. Ava looked at Lily, her heart steady. No, she said. We need to fight. The tabloid photo was a grenade, and social media was the blast zone. Ava and Lily's kiss, captured in blurry pixels, was everywhere. Plastered across blogs, dissected on talk shows, weaponized by trolls. Ava's scandal trended alongside Ava Truth. A war of hashtags that left Ava reeling. She sat in their hotel room, scrolling through the vitriol, her hands shaking. They're calling me a fraud, she whispered. Lily gently took the phone away. They don't know you. We do. Jenna organized an emergency strategy session, dragging Ava and Lily to her office in Beverly Hills. We can't ignore this, Jenna said, her eyes bloodshot from sleepless nights. The Starfall team is spooked again. They're threatening to pull you unless we counter this narrative. She proposed a media blitz, safe interviews, curated posts, anything to soften the story. Ava's stomach churned. You mean dilute it, she said. I'm not apologizing for loving her. Lily, usually quiet in these meetings, spoke up. What if we lean in? Show the world who we are, unfiltered. Jenna blinked, caught off guard. That's risky, she said. Riskier than hiding? Lily shot back. Ava felt a surge of pride. They decided on a bold move. A live Q&A on Instagram. No script, just Ava and Lily answering fans directly. The Q&A was scheduled for that evening. Ava's nerves were electric as they set up in their hotel suite, a laptop propped on the coffee table. Lily squeezed her hand. We've got this, she said. When the live stream started, thousands flooded in, comments scrolling too fast to read. Ava took a breath. Hey everyone. I'm Ava, this is Lily, and we're here to talk, really talk. The questions came fast. Supportive, curious, cruel. A fan asked, how did you know Lily was the one? Ava smiled, her heart easing. She saw me, not the star. Just me. For an hour they answered everything. How they met, how they hid, how it felt to be free. Fans shared their own stories. A teen coming out to their parents. A woman proposing to her girlfriend. The hate was there, but the love was louder. By the end, Ava and Lily was trending worldwide, and Ava felt a weight lift. They'd taken control. The next day, Unveiled's production ramped up. Mia, thrilled by the Q&A's impact, pushed for a tighter schedule to hit Sundance deadlines. Ava threw herself into the role, every scene a catharsis. One day, filming a moment where Sarah sings about her hidden love, Ava broke down mid-take, tears real. The crew applauded and Mia hugged her. This is why you're here, she said. You're telling the truth. But Starfall remained a battleground. Elena called with an update. The investors are split, but I'm fighting for you. The crew's threatening to walk if you're cut. Ava was stunned. The crew, grips, lighting techs, everyday workers had her back. It gave her hope, but the uncertainty lingered. That night, she and Lily read the script from the trans actor at the fundraiser. It was raw, powerful, a story of resilience. We should produce this, Lily said, her eyes bright. Ava nodded, a new dream forming. The following week a breakthrough came. A major streaming platform, inspired by Ava's courage, offered to co-finance Unveiled. The news sent shockwaves through the industry, Indie films rarely got this kind of backing. Mia was ecstatic and Ava felt a flicker of vindication. Maybe Hollywood was changing. But the tabloids didn't relent. A new story emerged, claiming Ava's reckless behavior was alienating fans. It cited anonymous sources, likely studio insiders, pushing for her Starfall exit. Ava's heart sank, but Lily was fierce. "They're scared because you're real," she said. "Let's keep being real." They attended another community event, this time a youth shelter opening. Ava spoke to kids who'd been kicked out for being queer, their stories breaking her heart. One girl, 16, hugged her tightly. "You made me believe I'm enough," she said. Ava held her, tears falling. This was why she'd spoken out. As Unveiled neared completion, Ava got a call from Elena. "The Starfall vote's tomorrow," she said. "It's close. Be ready." Ava hung up, her heart pounding. She looked at Lily, their hands intertwined. Whatever happened, they'd face it together. But deep down, Ava knew. The real victory was the life they were building, one truth at a time. The morning of the Starfall vote felt like standing on a cliff's edge. Ava and Lily sat in their hotel, coffee going cold, as they waited for Elena's call. Ava's phone buzzed with messages from fans, crew members, even Mia, all urging her to hold fast. "Whatever happens," Lily said, her hand warm in Ava's, "we've already won. You're free." Ava nodded, but the fear lingered. Losing Starfall could close doors she'd spent years prying open. Elena's call came at noon. "You're in," she said, her voice triumphant. The crew's support tipped the scales. The investors caved, but they want a meeting to set boundaries. Ava's relief was tempered by suspicion. Boundaries meant control and she was done bending. "I'll meet," she said, "but I'm not compromising who I am." Elena laughed. "That's why we fought for you." The meeting was tense but productive. The investors grudgingly agreed to keep Ava, swayed by fan campaigns and Elena's insistence that her authenticity was a draw, not a liability. Ava laid out her terms. No hiding Lily, no sanitizing her truth. To her surprise, they agreed, though Greg muttered about monitoring the optics. Ava didn't care. She'd won Starfall on her terms. Meanwhile, Unveiled was gaining momentum. The streaming platform's backing meant a bigger budget, and early cuts were stunning. At a test screening, the audience wept then cheered. Ava's performance, raw, unfiltered, was being called career-defining. Mia whispered to her after, "This is bigger than an Oscar." Ava felt it too. A legacy beyond trophies. She and Lily began planning their next move, producing the trans actor's script. They met with the writer Jamie, a shy 22-year-old with a fire in their eyes. "I wrote this for people like me," Jamie said, "to show we're not invisible." Ava and Lily secured seed funding from queer-friendly investors, a small but fierce coalition. It was a risk, but it felt right. The tabloids didn't stop, but their sting faded. Ava and Lily's Q&A had shifted the narrative. Fans saw them as real, not a scandal. At a pride parade in San Francisco, they walked hand in hand, rainbow flags waving around them. A young couple ran up, tears streaming. "You gave us courage," they said. Ava hugged them, her heart full. This was her purpose now. Starfall production began, and Ava found new strength on set. The crew welcomed her like family, many sharing their own stories of coming out. Elena directed with a vision that embraced Ava's truth, weaving it into her character's arc. Offset, Ava and Lily's life bloomed. Quiet nights cooking together, dreams of a future unbound by fear. At Sundance, Unveiled premiered to a standing ovation. Critics raved, calling it a triumph of heart and honesty. Ava and Lily stood in the snowy Park City street after, snowflakes catching in their hair. "We did this," Lily said, her voice thick. Ava kissed her, the world fading away. "We're just getting started." Months later, Starfall hit theaters, a box office hit. Ava's performance was lauded, but more than that, fans celebrated her courage. The film's success silenced the doubters, proving authenticity could sell. At the premiere, Ava and Lily walked the red carpet together, unapologetic, their love a beacon. The crowd roared, signs flashing. "Ava and Lily forever." Reflecting on that Oscar night, Ava realized it wasn't just about coming out. It was about rewriting the rules, showing the world that love in all its forms was a story worth telling. She and Lily moved into a house in the Hollywood Hills, a sanctuary of their own. The Oscar sat on a shelf, next to a photo of them at the dive bar where it all began. One evening, Ava got a letter from the teenage girl from the shelter. "I'm going to film school because of you," it read. "Thank you for showing me I can be me." Ava cried, holding Lily close. They'd faced the fire, and they'd come out stronger. As they stood on their balcony, the city sparkling below, Ava whispered, "I'd do it all again." Lily smiled, her eyes shining. "So would I." Their hands intertwined, they looked to the future. A world they were helping change, one honest step at a time.